Hi there, my name is Alejandro Clavel. If you're a blue collar worker like myself, you have to work from Monday through Friday, maybe from 9 to 5 or something like that. And depending on the kind of job that you do, you might have the flexibility to work remotely. And in this case, in the times that we're living, in the particular days that we're living, it's becoming a necessity, and sometimes it's mandatory that you work remotely and you are still expected to deliver what you are supposed to deliver. And this is a time where we need to reflect in how we can reach our potentials beyond trading just time for money, because that's what we do. We trade time for money. If I work 40 hours a week, I'm gonna get my paycheck full. If I don't go to work one day, I might incur in a situation that is going to have a repercussion. Or maybe I have benefits so I can burn a vacation day or a sick day. But not a lot of people have that kind of situation. So my point is we need to really give it some thought in how we can reach our potential and make the leap from being an employee to being an entrepreneur. It's difficult, it takes time, it takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of change in our minds in order to uh, make that leap. For me, it has taken years, it has taken a lot of effort and a lot of self assessment and looking at myself in the mirror to make that decision and to pursue that dream of becoming my own employer. And there's definitely a lot of challenges. The path to success has never been a straight line, and I'm experiencing that by myself. But I have a lot of help. And if you're particularly in IT like myself, you're gonna find that you have a lot of skills. You have an analytical mindset. You can resolve problems, maybe in tech support or in desktop support or with applications or with data or with networks or whatever. And that analytical mindset that you have to resolve those problems on a day-to-day basis for your employer should give you the mindset and should give you the capability to start something for your own benefit, meaning the skills that you have to solve problems can help you solve other problems that might not be the same problems that you resolve in your daily job, but might be problems that can some people can face and that you can help them get to a solution. And once you become a trustable person for because you're providing help, because you are helping a lot of people, then there will come the time where you can use that to your advantage in order to make business. And the online approach, the online world, it's the best option today. And yes, there's been a widespread misconception that there's a lot of scammers, there's a lot of people that try to hide behind a camera, like in this case, in order to, you know, get the get people to buy something that they might not need, or that it might not deliver what they are supposed to be delivering. And that's why you need to make sure that you trust anybody who is offering you any kind of product. And how do you do that? How do you get to trust people? Well, you trust who you know. You don't trust people who you don't know. So you need to, you know, get into a relationship, even if it's like in this case through this video. You need to see consistency in the people that you're gonna trust, so you can take advice and potentially you can buy from them. So if you are an IT professional and you think that you have more potential than what your employer is appreciating, if you think that you have more capability to do more, to take more responsibilities, but the opportunity just doesn't come your way, then you have two options. You need to accept that and don't complain about it, or you need to change the status quo. If you decide to change the status quo, then you need to change your mind, because your employer is going to try to keep you in the same spot with the same salary and demanding that you give more than 100% in your job. And you can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm an employee myself, and I use that job as an opportunity for my business. There are people who see an opportunity and they make a job out of that opportunity, meaning they want to stay there forever. But if you're an entrepreneur, if you have that mindset, if you have that tickle, if you have that dream of becoming your own boss, then you need to, when you take a job, make an opportunity out of that job. Meaning, what am I going to learn? What new skills I'm going to learn? How can I use those new skills to make business for my own? Because if I give ideas to my employer, yeah, they're going to maybe use them, but you're going to be maybe given a gold star, a literal gold star, and some praise, some bragging rights, and that's it. Does that change your salary? Does that change your level of responsibility? Maybe not. So you need to take that job, learn from that job, and now capitalize, monetize the skills that you're learning in that job. Because you're not the only one who is waiting for a promotion or a raise. There's a lot of people who are competing for those spots. So you need to get out of your comfort zone. And sometimes you need to use your lunch hour wisely. Some people say, never have lunch alone. And I agree with that to some degree. Because if I have lunch with someone who is only talking about gossip or talking about all the time about sports and all the time about the same, mundane things, there's nothing that I learn from that. Yes, I'm not saying that I won't welcome a conversation about who won the championship in some sport, but having the same conversation every time that I go to lunch about sports, that doesn't do anything for me. So if you want to get out of that circle, you need to use your lunch hour differently. And that means I'm going to maybe use that to read a book, to listen to a podcast, to do some research on the internet, to make calls to someone who is trying to help me to accomplish something that it might or might not imply to buy or subscribe to something, but at least I can listen. I listen to a lot of people who are trying to sell me something, and listening to them doesn't give me any obligation to buy from them. I'm just gathering information, and I like to be upfront with people who I talked over the phone with, and they are trying to sell me something. I know they are trying to sell me something because I also try to sell something to some people. But listening to them, paying attention to them, asking questions to them doesn't create any obligation. Just like if I offer you a free hour of coaching, which I'm actually doing right now, if I offer you 1 hour of coaching for free, that's what it is. It's 1 hour of coaching for free. There's no obligation. You don't have to buy anything from me. What I'm trying to do is to establish trust. And that trust takes time. So for me, it's a TT or T square, because trust takes time. Or we can say TTT. Let's make something up. TTT, trust takes time. So that's what I'm trying to do. When I try and I talk to people, is I'm giving value. I'm trying to help them to solve a problem that is simple. And then if the need for that person is bigger, then I can come up with a solution, and then we can talk about something that I can offer that it has high value, and then agree on terms as of to if I'm gonna give some sessions, if I'm going to meet one-on-one, if I'm gonna have a group session, and then how much is that gonna cost for that person. But in the beginning is I try to establish trust. And it's the same for you. If you're an IT professional, if you're an accountant, if you're a veterinarian, if you're a doctor, whatever, you can do that too. You don't have to be in IT. You don't have to know IT. What I'm doing right now doesn't require any IT skills. Anybody can take a selfie. So if anybody can take a selfie, anybody can make a video like this video. So if you know how to solve problems and you have skills because you use those skills every day in your job, then you have anything in your hands to start something online, to start creating trust, to start putting value, to start creating your videos, to start outlining a course. Right now, I'm finishing the outline of a course, and I'm gonna start creating videos like this, and I'm gonna put my course in udemy.com. Why? Because there's a lot of people who might benefit from that. And if I can reach 100 or 1,000 or a million people, whatever, I'm helping. And yes, I'm gonna get something in return, but the goal is to put myself out there, to push that branding out, to establish trust, and then continue my mentoring sessions. Meaning, I'm mentored by someone, and then I mentor other people. It's a chain of mentorship. Nobody knows everything. I don't know everything, so I need to be coached by someone else. And then at the same time, I coach other people so we can, get the knowledge flow in an infinite loop. The more I learn from others, the more I can teach others. And then that person eventually can become a coach, can become a mentor for others that are just getting started. But taking 2 or 3 hours every day or 3 or 4 times during the week can get you there. So instead of doing other activities, you can mark your calendars. Right now it's so easy in your phone to put an appointment and remind yourself. Right now is popping up a reminder that I have to write a 300 words article today, and I'm working on that today. So those gadgets that we use for fun, for excitement, for streaming, for keeping up to date with whoever, we can use them to do something like this. So if you are in any blue collar job, at least you know that there is a beginning and an end to your day shift. Some people don't have that luxury. Some people start from dawn to dusk, and they have a tough time finding extra time. And if their job is physical, it's even worse. And it doesn't have to be impossible. I know many people who work in construction or in other kind of physical demanding jobs, and they still give themselves time to work on their business. Why? Because they might have a hobby, they might have a passion, they might have a trade that they excel at, that they want to put in practice. So if they use that hobby and they talk about their hobby like crazy every day, twice a day, and they push content on whatever, if you like fishing or playing a sport or carving wood or anything, then you can put your phone and record yourself doing that. And that's what it's gonna give you the audience. It's gonna have people like your videos or your comments, your pictures, everything. And now you become somebody who people can trust, who put their faces out there, who can mentor you in order for you to get into that entrepreneurship mindset. So if you're an IT professional or any other kind of professional and you want to learn how to get started, let me know. I offer you a 1 hour free coaching session, no obligation, there's no selling, it's just presenting myself to you and helping you to get started, to hone your mind in order to decide if you want to jump into entrepreneurship or not. There's a lot of people who have already made a decision, who they are trying to make money in different ways, but first you need to convince yourself that you are ready for this. A lot of people try, a lot of people get started, but just a small percentage of people actually finish. So you have to ask yourself, is this something that I'm gonna devote time and effort to get started. Because at the beginning, it doesn't require money. It requires time and effort, a lot of commitment, a lot of hard work, working while others are in the club, working while others are binging TV for hours, working while others are having fun, working while the family might need you in a party. And those are the sacrifices that you have to do. But then when you become a successful entrepreneur and when your business is off the ground and you start creating that income and that replaces your day-to-day job, then you're gonna realize that you're gonna be working 2 hours per day, maybe 4 hours per week, and you're done. So that's what you need to work on. Is are you carved for that? Are you ready for that? Let me know. Again, my name is Alejandro Clavel, and if you want more information about myself and how we can have 1 hour of free coaching session, uh, give me a put a comment underneath this video, and I will gladly send you a link so we can schedule one session. Take care and be great, and let's do something awesome.